What's up, YouTube? Good news. Finally, after about nearly a month of searching, I finally got a donor car. This is an '02 WRX wagon. I already started taking it apart, but it was in a front end accident. So I'll get pictures of the front in a sec, but I already took off the fender and then the side skirt because I needed that to take off the fender. There was a lot of dirt trapped in that side skirt, by the way, but it wasn't a front end accident in the, it just kind of hit the corner here. You can see it kind of bent this back. Move the battery a little bit and clip the timing cover just barely. See kind of a hole right there, but the timing, it didn't screw with the timing, or so that I've seen. The motor runs great. No check engine lights, or I mean, there's check engine light for like no cats and no catless up pipe. That's an EGT fault, but other than that, it's good to go. Comes right now with a parent intake, short rim intake, an Amazon TurboVac exhaust, and it actually has headers. Has headers and an up pipe. So the plan right now is to just kind of get this thing a little bit more drivable. I know that sounds weird because I'm using it as a donor car, but I want to drive it a little bit more, make sure everything feels good, because I kind of just drove for about a mile and then threw it on a trailer, and then I picked it up in Portland and then drove it all the way back here. It was like 3 hours, so I just brought it in last night. So that's the plan. First thing is this is just totally seized up, so that made it really fun to get on and off the the trailer. That's the power steering pump. I thought he just took the belt off, but he told me no, he took the belt off because the power steering pump seized. So I have the alternator like barely in place. I had to move it to remove the power steering pump. But yeah, so show you the inside of it real quick. Not that I'm going to be using too much from this. Well, first, so these, I don't know if you knew about O2s coming with moonroofs. They did not. They did not come with moonroofs. This person, from the factory, they said, the previous owner, it was two-ownered. The previous owner from the factory said, can you put a moonroof on it? And they apparently the dealer professionally installed one. I don't know how well they did that, though, because he said the glass just flew off on them one day, which is pretty crazy. He did have like something taped over it, but it got hot here recently, and if he said that just melted off, the tape just melted off. I said I didn't care. I'm not keeping the car for its looks. So this is the interior. He kind of, this thing was loaded up. Hadn't been cleaned in a while. I mean, I can clean it up quite a bit, but I'll just be using mainly the dash. The steering wheel, I could get a new one. It's not in great shape, but the dash looks good. And that was the big thing for me. There's a couple spots that I can clean up. I may use the rear seats as well, because I have 05 rear seats and these kind of match a little bit better. I may be able to clean those up, but. And then the back of the car. This is the exhaust. It's a big one. Yeah, so good news. Yeah, I actually picked this up for $2,300, so $2,300. It was kind of an ordeal because I was going back and forth with a bunch of people, and this was the best offer I could find too. Everyone else was like, the motor's destroyed, it skipped timing, or it doesn't have fifth gear, or something like that, and they were selling it for like $4,000. So that can be hit or miss. Up here in the Northwest, Subarus and parts are more prevalent, but sometimes there's a tax that accompanies that, where people, some things that aren't as prevalent, like everyone wants to do a swap, so they mark these prices up. I was going back and forth with one person online that the car had no motor and no transmission, none, not that it was blown, just didn't have one in it, had no suspension, had no brakes, had suspension, but didn't have the brakes, and he was trying to have me buy it for $3,000. That's crazy. He was like, the doors are pristine, and I said, I don't need I'm doing a swab. I don't care if the exterior is just destroyed. So this guy finally, I went back and forth with him, and for $2,300, this is in my opinion, not a steal, but a pretty good deal, especially with the mods that come with it. I may be able to make some of my money back selling the doors and things of that sort, but I'm not really as concerned with it. I want to get close by selling all of the old parts that I used and all of the parts that I sell off of this. I already sold the old turbo kit, the EJNA, EJ22NA to T kit. I sold that for $700. So this cost me $23. I'm already back down to $1,600 that I need to make up. I think I can do that, but I am going to piss away some money on some mods along the way. So we'll see. The only thing really wrong with this car that I want to was a couple things. Obviously, the power steering pump. It doesn't have a key fob, so to unlock it remotely. I actually purchased one from Amazon that should be here shortly because I want to be able to automatically unlock my car. I need that key fob. I can't do that currently with my car, and I can swap everything over from this car so that way I can have remote unlock. I've always just gone up to my car and kind of had to turn it. So, all right, that's the update here. I'll keep the updates coming. It's going to be slow going here for the next week or so, but I'm really excited. So what may happen is it'll be hard for me to get recordings, and I'm just going to just tear into stuff. But for right now, what I'm going to do is get the power steering pump on, get that key fob all hooked up, and then in this current state even, I kind of zip tied the bumper right there. In its current state even, I will drive it around. Then I'll give it a compression test, and I'll record a video of that. If the compression's good, then I'll move on from there. Transmission feels great. So worst case scenario, if the compression is terrible, I'll just put a JDM motor in. I can get one for $1,000. Still a little bit of money, but I know that I know what I'm getting into here. I mean, even if this one is good, I'm only going to run it for a year or two before I go to an STI motor anyway. This is all just a stepping stone. So you need, once you have an 02, 05, 02 or greater wiring, if you will, that foundation, that donor, then you can kind of move from there. You can get all the way up to a version 9 motor. So it's really easy to do that. I mean, you can obviously do that kind of stuff with wire merges, but you're gonna have to get a wire merge for each step. So either way, this is gonna take quite a bit of my time, but I'm really happy about it. So I'll keep posting updates. Thanks.